The sudden passing of Brodie King, a cherished student-athlete from Bradley County High School in Cleveland, Tennessee, has left an unimaginable void in the hearts of his family, friends, and community. Known for his unwavering kindness, powerful sense of loyalty, and heartwarming presence, Brodie was more than just a high school student. He was a young man with a remarkable impact far beyond his years. His untimely departure has sparked both sorrow and reflection as those who knew him gather to honor his legacy and share the stories that made him unforgettable. A life of promise and purpose at just 16 years old, Brodie King had already begun building a legacy defined by dedication, strength, and compassion. As a student, he pursued his education with integrity and a quiet sense of responsibility. As an athlete, he represented Bradley County High School with pride and determination, embodying sportsmanship both on and off the field. And beyond the school walls, Brodie was a hardworking team member at East Tian Trades, earning the respect of his colleagues through his commitment and character. What set Brodie apart was not only what he did, but how he did it. He carried himself with a calm presence that comforted others. Whether it was a classmate in need of a friend or a teammate looking for encouragement, Brodie showed up with a steady hand and a kind heart. His genuine care for people was felt by everyone around him, and it was that humanity that made him so beloved across generations, from peers to adults who admired his quiet maturity. The tragedy that shook a community, the tragic car accident that claimed Brodie's life, sent shockwaves through Cleveland and beyond. In an instant, a vibrant life full of promise was cut short, and those closest to him were left grappling with a grief too large for words. The loss was felt not only in the halls of Bradley County High School, but also in homes, churches, sports fields, and workplaces across the region. The days that followed were marked by an overwhelming sense of mourning, but also by a powerful wave of community solidarity. Support poured in from every corner. Fellow students, teachers, co-workers, friends, and families all came together to remember Brodie and share in each other's sorrow. His father, Chris King, expressed profound gratitude for the prayers and messages of love that surrounded them during this heartbreaking time. The kindness offered in the wake of such loss served as a reflection of Brodie's own spirit. More than a student-athlete, to call Brodie simply a student-athlete would be to overlook the depth of his character and the warmth of his personality. While he took his academic and athletic responsibilities seriously, Brodie's true greatness lay in the way he made people feel. He was a young man of remarkable empathy, someone who noticed when others were struggling and took action to ease their burdens. Friends described him as the one you could always count on, whether it was to lend a hand without being asked, to crack a joke that lifted the mood, or to offer a quiet word of encouragement at just the right moment. His laughter was contagious, and his presence was a source of comfort. In times of stress, Brodie was a grounding force, reminding others of the value of staying true to oneself and being there for one another. At work, Brodie's co-workers didn't just see him as a teenager earning a paycheck. They saw a dependable, motivated, and sincere individual who took pride in his responsibilities. He wasn't just part of the team, he was someone others looked up to, even at his young age. A heartfelt goodbye from loved ones as word of Brodie's passing spread, tributes began to flow in, each one offering a glimpse into the countless lives he touched. A simple but poignant message shared by a loved one summed up the pain that so many are feeling. "There is a big hole in my heart tonight, Brodie. I love you so much." That message, like so many others, captured the enduring love and admiration felt by those closest to him. Brodie's impact reached far beyond his immediate circle. Even those who didn't know him personally found themselves moved by stories of his generosity and compassion. For many, he became a symbol of the best in youth today, a reminder that strength is found in kindness, and that leadership doesn't always require loudness, but rather the quiet power of presence, integrity, and empathy. Carrying his spirit forward as the community mourns, they also reflect on the many ways they can carry Brodie's spirit forward. In his life, Brodie showed what it meant to live with purpose, heart, and humility. In his memory, those who knew him are now striving to emulate those same values. Students at Bradley County High have spoken about forming support groups and organizing events in his honor. Coaches and teammates remember his hustle and heart during practices and games and want to dedicate future victories to him. Community members have discussed ways to establish a scholarship or charitable foundation in his name, an enduring tribute that would help others in the spirit Brodie always lived by. And yet, perhaps the most powerful tribute of all is the choice each person can make to live like Brodie did, to help without being asked, to love with openness, to be steady when others waver, and to bring laughter where it's needed most. A legacy that lives on. Though Brodie's time on Earth was brief, his legacy is anything but fleeting. His memory lives on in the lives he touched, in the laughter he shared, and in the love he gave so freely. The people of Cleveland, Tennessee will not forget him, not because he was famous or wealthy, but because he was good. Good in the purest, truest sense. Every story told, every memory shared, every tear shed in his honor is a testament to the kind of person Brodie was, and still is in the hearts of those who loved him. In schools, homes, and community gatherings, his name will continue to be spoken, not with sorrow alone, but with pride and love. Rest in peace, Brodie King, gone too soon, but never forgotten. Brodie King's life reminds us all of the importance of showing up for others, of living with heart, and of never taking a single moment for granted. His presence enriched the lives of many, and his spirit will continue to inspire. To Brodie's family, friends, teammates, and everyone who had the privilege of knowing him, may his memory be a blessing, and may his legacy of love and kindness live on, now and always.